Halloween is over, so what's a horror fan to do? Watch more horror movies, of course. I am not a connoisseur of fine horror. I like all horror. And if it's bad, sometimes it's just bad. But if it's bad, sometimes it's good. In honor of Thanksgiving, coming to theaters in the US, of course, November 17th, directed by Eli Roth and based on a Grindhouse trailer, I thought it would be interesting to compile a few Thanksgiving movies for you to watch to start off your November festivities? Yeah, that sounds good. We'll go with that. Thanksgiving has always been the red-headed stepchild of holidays. And trust me when I say that I know a little something about that. Are you excited about Thanksgiving coming out? I am. I love Eli Roth, and I've heard that he is going in a different direction with his horror moving forward, so I'm really interested to see how this is going to go. I think it might be very, very, very cool. I love the idea of this Jack Carver character. Now I know that Thanksgiving is only celebrated in the United States, so that could be why there aren't very many Thanksgiving movies. Makes a lot of sense. Also, let's be real. Thanksgiving is a horrible holiday. I mean, it's ripe with controversy. I'm not getting into that, but it's rightfully so. Very controversial. I like the whole Friendsgiving thing. I do think it's always nice to be thankful for what we have. And that's all. Whew. Thanksgiving, huh? These are in no particular order. I'm not numbering them. It's just a few suggestions for your viewing pleasure. However, the first on my list is 1987's Blood Rage. Directed by John Grissmer, written by Bruce Rubin, starring Louise Lasser and Mark Soper. This movie is about two twins who are in a vehicle with their mother, and she decides to start having a good time in the front seat. And the twins decide to leave the vehicle, thankfully. And one of them stumbles upon another couple who's having a good time. And I guess it sets the boy off, and he decides to axe them. It's very odd, very strange. Anywho, he blames the other brother, of course. And that brother gets sent to a psychiatric institution. Fast forward to Thanksgiving, where the mother is newly engaged. And apparently that sets the brother off again. And at the same time, his twin has escaped from the institution. So I guess he decides to take this opportunity to go on a killing spree and blame his twin again. Makes sense as far as that goes. There is a kind of infamous line from this film. It's not cranberry sauce. It's not cranberry sauce. It's blood. So, spoiler! This movie is weird. It's silly. It's got quite a bit of gore and nudity. So, not the best, for sure. Definitely not the best, but a passable experience for your Thanksgiving viewing pleasure. Yay! Also, you can watch the full movie of Blood Rage on YouTube. Just look up Blood Rage full movie. There you go. Don't say I never did anything for you. You're welcome. Next on my list is 2021's Black Friday. Ooh, the best shopping day of the year, right? It is directed by Casey Tebow and stars Bruce Campbell and Devon Sawa. And what's great about it is that there are references to Chucky throughout the film, which I love. I love Chucky, and I love the series, and I love Devon Sawa, so it works out perfectly for me. This film is basically set in one location. It is a toy store, and it is Thanksgiving night. Everyone is coming in for the Black Friday shop. Technically, I guess that would be Thursday shopping. I think that's how we've started it now anyway. And what happens is a meteorite drops and starts to infect the shoppers. So it's kind of like an infectious zombie movie. Yeah, kind of interesting. It's got some fun laughs throughout it. It's kind of tonally a little bit weird. But I think this was filmed during COVID, and so I think that it was probably hard and difficult to actually really film it and create the film that they really wanted. There's a lot of good gore as far as the monsters go when they have I think the zombies look great. It's very cool. I think the acting is great. It's a pretty decent movie overall. Not the best, not the worst, but totally acceptable for your Thanksgiving viewing pleasure. Is that a theme with these movies? I think it kind of is, isn't it? This is hopefully the perfect time to ask you to please like and subscribe to my teeny tiny little channel. It would really help me. Thank you so much. I would also recommend you checking out 2014's Christie, directed by Ollie Blackburn and stars Haley Bennett and Ashley Greene. What's interesting about Christie is that there's not a single person in the movie named Kristy, oddly enough. It's more an idea of a type of girl who they have named Christie. I guess it would be like the Karen version of the perfect good-looking girl who worships God. It's like, I think Christie means follower of God. And anyway, I'm getting totally off track. Christie is a slasher. I mean, what else is perfect for Thanksgiving but a slasher film? And it centers around a girl who has to stay home for the Thanksgiving break. She comes from a less fortunate family than all of her friends. And while on campus, she is targeted and terrorized by a religious cult who singles out girls that they label as Christies to ritually kill. Sure, yeah. Basically, she's terrorized, and then she kind of turns around and gives them the old flashback. Oh, yeah. This film is actually quite good, and I feel like it's flown under the radar because I haven't heard very many people talk about it. So I think it's an excellent watch. Right now, I believe it is on Tubi, so you can check it out for free, which is even better. I would also recommend 2019's Pilgrim, directed by Marcus Dunstan and starring Rain Edwards and Peter Giles. While technically not a movie, which I think is odd, it's a series. It is one of Hulu's Into the Dark from Blumhouse. It's like an hour and a half or an hour and 40 minutes, so it's a total movie. So, it should be a movie. It's a movie. It's a movie. Pilgrim is actually based on a true story. One of the writers, I believe, had Pilgrim reenactors come into his home when he was young, and they stayed for a couple days and didn't break character and were pilgrims the entire time. So weird. But that's what the movie is about. A woman hires pilgrim reenactors to come into her home, and she hopes that it will teach her family how to be grateful. And the pilgrim reenactors are very odd, and they are very cult-like, and they believe that their mission in life is to make sure that people feel gratitude for what they have. And if they don't, well, good luck to you there, pilgrim. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Booyah. We reviewed this movie on Gruesome Magazine, and me and the Guru Crew all really liked it. Is it phenomenal, amazing? No, but for a Thanksgiving movie about weird pilgrims, it's pretty good. It's pretty good. Obviously, it's on Hulu, so if you've got Hulu, you can check it out. And I do think it's definitely probably the top one I would recommend out of this tiny little list. So I've said it before and I'll say it again. I like some really bad movies, and I think a lot of times it's so bad it's good. I just need to be very clear about that before this next suggestion for you. Oh God. It is 2009's Thankskilling. Yep, I know. Let me just tell you, I have recommended this movie before, and I tell people, y'all, it's bad. It's bad. And then they go and watch it, and they come back to me like, this movie's hideous. I know, I told you. But for me, it is so bad, it is good. I really do like Thankskilling. It is directed and written by Jordan Downey. Thankskilling was created by college kids for $3,500. $3,500. That should give you a little idea of what to expect from this movie. Yeah. It centers around a group of college kids who head home for the Thanksgiving break and are attacked by a killer turkey named Turkey, who was created by a Native American shaman years before to seek revenge on all of the pilgrims or Thanksgiving celebrators. Yeah? Whatever. Makes sense. Let me just tell you that there is a scene in this movie where the turkey goes to one of the kids' homes before the kids get there and takes out the father. And where's the father's face? The turkey, where's the father's face? And when the kids come back home, they don't notice that is a turkey wearing a human face. You have been warned, my friends, but I will tell you, I liked it, I enjoyed it, and crazy enough, Jordan has directed one of my very favorite films, The Headhunter, which is phenomenal and amazing and very completely different from Thankskilling. So I've got to give a shout out to The Headhunter. That movie is fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. They shot that film for, I believe, $35,000 in Portugal, and it is a masterclass on how to make a amazing film on such a small budget. So, he clearly has talent. I should mention something else as well. There is no Thankskilling 2. However, there is a Thankskilling 3. And let me just tell you, no, don't do it. Don't do it. I am warning you now, don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Now, I know this is probably one of those things where I'm telling you not to do it, so of course you have to do it. But I am warning you, no. It's out of my hands now. You do with it what you will. Thankskilling has some fabulous quotes, such as the classic, "Gobble, gobble, motherfucker." Classy. So classy. And, "Nice tits, bitch." I like my classy movies. So this was a short, tiny little list of movies that you might want to check out for your Thanksgiving, Friendsgiving break. I hope you enjoyed this list. I hope that maybe I introduced you to a couple, one or two, horror movies that you've never heard of, and maybe you'll check out and enjoy. If you were making this list, what would you have added? Tell me below. Do you like any of these films that I suggested? I mean, it would not shock me if y'all hated every single movie on this list. I mean, Pilgrim and Christie, I mean, if you hate those, I'm like, geez, what do you like? But yeah, I mean, this is a very subjective list. That's what I would say, yes. Did you have a good Halloween evening? I was home watching horror movies, passing out Halloween candy. And honestly, that's my favorite way to spend Halloween evening. I'm super boring, y'all. I'm a major homebody. Like, I know I leave the house, and I leave the house for events usually, and I leave the house to, have a life. But I don't like to. I love my home. There's no place like home. There's no place like home. Like, talk to me, people. Talk to me, people. Tell me how you're feeling. How are you feeling today? Speaking of good horror movies, Pumpkinhead. Man, I haven't watched that one this year. I really need to. Bad. Bad. It's bad. It's bad. It's so bad. Yay! 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 God, I hate myself sometimes.